Now, the most impressive thing about Terra Luna Classic over the last couple of weeks is that not only has it soared hundreds of percent in value, it's maintained those levels and the price stays elevated. But guys, there's a lot going on behind the scenes that you might not be too familiar with and you might not be up to date on, and a lot of it has to include this 1.2% transactional tax burn. And I do want to talk about that because if you're on Twitter, if you're on social media anywhere, you probably see people saying that the proposal has been passed. There will be a 1.2% tax. And that was weeks ago now. And we're still waiting for this Terra Luna Classic burn tax or transactional tax burn to be implemented. And a lot of people might be left wondering why. So I do want to go over it in this video, talk a little bit about what it means for the future of Terra Luna Classic and whether or not we could actually burn massive amounts of the overall supply so that we can see Terra Luna reach prices like a penny, 10 cents, a dollar, and so on. So if it sounds like something you're interested in, let's get started. What's up, everybody? I'm Clay. I'm here to make 2022 the best year ever. If you haven't clicked that subscribe button, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Join us, become a bro. We are here every single day, and we are growing our portfolios together. And look, if you're brand new to investing, you don't know how or where to buy stocks and crypto, you got a link in the description below for Webull. It is super simple to set up your account. Any deposit, you guys are getting 6 free stocks, $1 crypto trade, you get $5 in free crypto. But let's talk about Terra Luna Classic and its future, including these burns. So what we know so far is that the proposal has been approved by the Terra Luna Classic community out there to burn 1.2% of every transaction. That means if you buy Terra Luna Classic, let's say you go out there and you try to buy, 100,000 Terra Luna Classic, 1.2 thousand or 1.2% will immediately be burnt. If you go to sell 100,000 Terra Luna Classic, you are going to immediately burn 1.2 thousand Terra Luna, and that's your Terra Luna Classics, right? So, right, if you buy it, you're going to be receiving roughly 98,800. If you sell it, you would be, that it would just be burnt on the way out, and you would receive the funds for those 98,800 as opposed to the entire 100,000. Because of the burns there. Now, a lot of people argue that this is going to cause people to stop buying Terra Luna Classic. And although, yes, there is an inherent risk of reducing the actual trades that are out there, the fact that it is such a low number, the 1.2%, is probably not going to be a huge deterrent to those that are willing to buy and sell Terra Luna. And therefore, if we're able to keep roughly the same volume, it's going to be beneficial for the burns. Now, even if we do see a reduction in volume, well, that's still okay because we're going to see a reduction in the overall supply that we wouldn't otherwise be seeing. So it does have its pros and cons, absolutely. People can go back and forth all day long and argue whether these Terra Luna Classic burns are a good idea or a bad idea, and that's all it is. It's the pros here, the cons there, and you have to make a determination. And that determination has been made. I mean, they did vote for the burn. So, but let's talk about why we haven't seen that burn in place yet. There's still a lot of private testnet beta testing going on and things like that. And it basically just means that they're still making sure all of the coding they've got worked in there. It's not as easy as just typing in 1.2 on your computer and then clicking enter and having that transactional tax implemented. There's a lot of coding and programming that goes into it that I don't know anything about. I'll be the first to admit that I'm not a computer coder or a computer programmer. So I don't know all of the work and skill that it takes to do that, but that's why we're seeing it tested right now. And things do, based on what I've seen, things do look like they're going very well, and it could be hitting the public here pretty soon. Now, there is going to be a difference in whether or not you're trading Terra Luna Classic on-chain or you're trading it through a centralized exchange and so on. The centralized exchanges, if they're just sitting on a pool of their own coins, and they're basically just allocating it to your wallet, to their wallet, to your wallet, to their wallet, and it's not on-chain transactions that are taking place, meaning they don't hit the blockchain. It's just within their own system that they're allocating, 100,000 Terra Luna Classic to you. but it's not your actual crypto that you can take off platform and move to whatever other wallet you want. So if you've got centralized exchanges that are allowing you to trade Terra Luna Classic out there, you may not see the transactional tax burns hit those exchanges unless it's something that they implement themselves or something that they embrace and allow to take place moving forward. And of course, everybody that's pro burns wants to see that happen. Everybody that doesn't want to get taxed 1.2% on every transaction would rather their centralized exchange not do it. And at that point, it is the exchange's, I guess, authority to make that determination whether or not they're going to burn. But like I said in some previous videos, if Exchange A is going to burn Terra Luna Classic and Exchange B is not going to burn Terra Luna Classic, Exchange A has that marketing appeal and may be able to receive more customers based on the fact that they're willing to help out, and therefore it could be a good idea. Exchange B may lose customers to Exchange A, so it is something that we're going to have to see how it plays out when it comes to each individual exchange. But what we all want to know is how many coins can be reduced and whether or not this is going to be beneficial for the price of Terra Luna Classic moving forward. And the short answer is yes, it will be beneficial. The long answer is it's all going to depend on the price of Terra Luna Classic. It's going to depend on the transactional volume of Terra Luna Classic and how much people are willing to trade with these newly implemented taxes. Now, if everything remains the same, if the current transactional, I guess, volume or the volume that's out there remains steady or increases, it could just be several months before we're able, and this is assuming every single transaction is taxed, right? It would just be months before the overall supply is reduced back down to basically nothing, and we lose 90 to 99% of the outstanding supply of Terra Luna Classic. Now, there's other factors in there. This is not going to be a linear progression. We're not just going to see only coins being reduced at the exact same rate and so on. As the price goes up, we could absolutely see less Terra Luna Classic being traded. Right now, if you can buy 1 million coins and then 10 weeks from now, the same amount of money is going to buy you 10,000 coins, clearly those 10 million coins are going to be able to take the supply out much faster than 10,000 coin transactions would take the supply out. So we have to worry about price growth. We have to worry about the amount of volume that is being traded. We have to worry about, whether or not people are getting hit with these taxes at these higher prices and therefore they're not trading and so on. There's a lot that goes into it that is not just linear, and therefore it doesn't give you a very good basis to determine, well, by October this year, we're going to be at X amount of supply, and that is going to allow Terra Luna Classic to go up to $1 in price. It's definitely not that simple. There's a lot more involved, but it's a step in the right direction when it comes to reducing that supply to allow Terra Luna Classic to hit those higher and higher prices. I want to know what you guys think, though. Are you pro burns, or do you kind of think that these exchanges should lay off the burns and allow people to trade tax-free? Let us know in the comments below, and if this button right here is still red, make sure to click it, subscribe to the channel, join us, become a bro. We are here every single day, and we are growing our portfolios together. You guys got ClayBro883 on Twitter and Instagram. You're getting 6 free stocks on Webull, and until the next time, hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day.